Joe Hopkins here. I'm doing my annual budget guitars and where to get them. And why do I do it annually? Because, man, stuff changes. New sites pop up, new guitar sellers, things, they change what they're selling. Stuff improves, stuff declines, stuff changes, everything's in flux. So we're going to take a look at some of my favorite sites for shopping for budget guitars. Budget guitars, that's right. Now, of course, keep in mind, you can go to Amazon and they have lots of stuff, right? You can look for budget guitars there. Everybody knows that. And you could find, obviously lower priced Epiphones and Squiers just about anywhere. Guitar Center, Sweetwater, Musician's Friend, all of them. But these are the ones, these are the brands that we all love and where to get them. And all the websites I'm going through, they're going to be links in the description below. So if you want to do some shopping, go down there and check it out, right? And please subscribe to my channel. There'll be lots more cool content like this. So let's get started. First things first, the king of budget guitars, our favorite, perennial favorite from the past here. They've been around for a while. Harley Benton. Let's go on to here. They're on tomanmusic.com, and you can see Harley Benton. They've got prices that are pretty reasonable. I like the look of that Dullahan headless guitar, $330. That ain't bad at all. Their prices start under $100 for electrics and acoustics. You really have to go on here and look through. You can see they have a ton of different styles. They have all kinds of different guitars, all kinds of different price ranges. Some of their higher end ones can cost like $500-600, and they're really nice. They have kits. If you're looking for it, chances are there's a version of it on Harley Benton, right? Chances are they got one. You can see, just an idea, all kinds of stuff, including they have left-handed guitars, they sell basses, they have all sorts of different trim models with different types of pickups and hardware, and you really have to kind of browse their website a bit, right? So Harley Benton, that's one of our favorites, but that's not the only thing that Thomann sells. They also have their, let me bring it up here, Thomann brand. Now, I'm over here at the folk instruments for some reason. Let me go back here. We'll take a look at that in a second. Thomann, under their Thomann brand, they sell classical guitars. Now, they look pretty good, and you can see they're rather budget-friendly priced. This starts at under $100. Some of them cost a little bit more. They're mostly sub $200 guitars. But, whoa, there we go, $266. I guess that's one of their higher priced ones. Now, where I was just a minute ago is on their folk instruments, and the reason why I take a look at that, because Thomann, through their Thomann brand, they sell a lot of these things that are like bazookies and ukuleles that are guitar-ish. You can see it's like a guitar, tuned a bit different, sounds a bit different. So if you're a guitar player and you want to try out something unique, something different, like right here, an octave mandolin, an oud. You could try out an oud. I love the name, oud, right? Bazookies, guitar lele. It's like a ukulele with like a guitar version. There's a lute, if you want to try out a lute. And of course, they also have, and it costs a little bit more, sitars. Kind of a cool idea. You want to get that 60s Hare Krishna vibe, sound like the Beatles or something. Yeah, kind of looks neat. Once again, if you're a guitar player and you want to try something different, that seems like a good place to go. Now let's take a look at Guitargarden.com. Here is the home of Firefly guitars, right? These are perennial favorites. Here you have like $200. They have their 338s. These are the ones with the racing stripe on them. Really cool looking. You really have to come check out their website, like come back regularly to see what they have. It changes. Here's their Les Paul style guitars, their FFLPs. I own one of those, and I can tell you these are $190, $200. Definitely worth the money. Really, really good guitars. They have acoustics. There you go, 170, 160, 190 bucks for that resonator. That thing resonates with me. I think it looks cool, right? 190 bucks is a good deal for a resonator guitar. Definitely worth checking out. And like I said, come back to this site. I like to check it out regularly because you can see they have their newer models, LX, LV, all pretty reasonably priced. They're Aerosonic hollow bodies here. But some of the stuff, you can see it sells out. Like their LG, which is an SG type guitar, and their Pegasus hollow body are both sold out. But they get new stuff regularly. And keep in mind, this list of guitars is not everything they've sold in the past. They haven't had their FFTH, which is a Telecaster type guitar, or their FFHB on here for a long time. So they change. It changes over time. You got to check back with them because they come out with new models and they discontinue some older models. So let's go to Hardluck Kings. I love Hardluck Kings. One of my favorite spots to go to on this website is their daily deal. That's where I bought mine. And you can see their daily deals are pretty good. 220 bucks, 260 bucks for these. Excellent, excellent guitars. I got a lime green or neon green or whatever it is, bombshell, like this white one here for $200 on this. Now keep in mind, you definitely want to get the setup. And with the setup and shipping, it adds about $100 to the price, right? Which overall isn't bad. Not really, because the guitars are rather reasonably priced as it is. You can see they also sell cases, and the cases around $200. They have their checkerboard, and there it is, like the alligator skin. Really cool looking cases. Wouldn't mind getting some of those. But you can see they have a clearance section, and then they have their series guitars, which is their newer ones. The ones that are out now. You can see some of them are upwards of $600, but these are also pretty exclusive. You can see this is only 6 made, which means in this series, they make regularly their different guitars. Like this is the Boss Man brushed aluminum metallic. They're only making 6 of this in this series. So gives you a little bit of exclusivity. You can see there's left-handed guitars. That's pretty cool for you lefties out there. That's becoming more of a thing. You see a lot more left-handed guitars these days. But you can also see their prices go down with some of the models until they get down to like $270, which is a good bit more reasonable, right? So let's go to the next site here. Just to say, I love Hardluck Kings. I think they make really great stuff. But we're going to check out Guitar Fetish. Now let's go over here. You can see they have the different categories. They make their GFS pickups and sell them here with pre-wired harnesses. Now you can get the stuff that you use solder, or you can get their quick plug pickups and harnesses, which are solderless, which is nice. Electric guitars, acoustic guitars, necks and bodies, hardware and screws, all kinds of stuff. They have a clearance section, but I'm not that big on it. A lot of their clearance is bodies and necks and parts and stuff, because they sell, like it says, necks and bodies, so you can build a guitar from scratch. But we'll check out their electric guitars and basses, right? Pretty good stuff here. We'll start, let's take a look, their Pro 500 series, right? XV 500, like $290 for a Les Paul style guitar. That's not a bad deal. Let's see what some of the higher end ones are. They have all kinds of stuff. You can see they have the Les Pauls with the Floyd Rose in them, hollow bodies, different styles and types. I bought one of these from them. They're XV820. I wanted a Telecaster, and you can see they're around $200. That's what I paid for mine, was about $200. So really nice guitars. Some of them, cost a little bit more. Some of them cost a little bit less. They have basses if you want to check that stuff out. Where is their Slick branded stuff? We'll take a look at that in a minute. Take a look at their cases. I love their cases. They have all kinds of different styles. This is the one I got with my acoustic guitar. Was their psychedelic paisley. But you can see they also have a blue-green psychedelic paisley. We have like different types of camo, checkerboard, you know, different colors. Really neat cases. I really like their cases. I think they're pretty cool. So let's see what else we got on here. The Slick brand products are on here somewhere. There they are. They also sell Earl Slick's guitars on here. There it is. Guitars and basses, Slick hand-aged pickups and straps. But we'll take a look at the guitars here. The basses look pretty good too, right? But these are like hand-aged guitars. You see they got a bunch of different styles, mostly like Telecaster, Stratocaster, and like Les Paul Jr. style things. Even the higher priced ones with all the hardware, yeah, like $260. That's not a bad deal at all. And they have some much more basic ones. I really like the way these look. Right, the hand-aged Telecaster. Look at that thing. It just bare bones rock and roll machine, $250. I like it. I think that's pretty cool, right? So let's go over to acoustic guitars. Right now, Xaviere, for some reason, their traditional acoustics, they don't have many of. The one that I bought, they don't have at the moment, but they do have this spruce top rosewood body guitar, $370. They really are good guitars, but they just don't have many of them at the moment. You can see they sell like the sound hole pickups too. But overall, they don't have a lot of those at the moment. I'd check back if you're interested in them. They do have their Tonewood series, which looks really cool. They have all kinds of different styles, and most of them have, you can see their piezo pickup in it. I don't really care much for piezo pickups in general, but the GFS ones are really good. You can see they have all kinds of different woods though. Walnut, maple, like flamed maple, quilt maple. What else do we got on here? Zebra wood, laurel negro, flamed maple, all kinds of different woods and styles and different finishes. Here, this is the one I'm interested in the most right now. $190, their raised grain dreadnought. I think that's a spruce top and mahogany body on it. Really kind of cool looking, but you can see they have something in like just about every flavor. You know, Guitar Fetish is a website I really like, and they sell their GFS pickups too, like I said, which seem to be really good. People really like them. So let's go to the next site, AllinOne Guitars. Now, AllinOne sells their AIO brand, and they sell Wolf. I bought a Wolf guitar, a Wolf WLP, and I love it. Absolutely amazing guitar. This is one of the best bangs for the buck out there. You can see they make basses too, but we're going to check out the AIO guitars. You can see they're about $500. Good looking Les Paul copies, you know, or Les Paul style guitars, left-handers. They got Strats. Most of them are around $500 unless you get into their art guitars. Now, this is $2,500. I think it's really cool that they have a guitar like this for sale, though. That is just cool looking. That is really neat. And that's not the only one that they have on here. They have different... went too far. There we go. They have different art guitars you can see that are all like $2,500. But they have a lot of other styles on here on the AIO brand. There's their Telecasters are like $430, $335 type guitar, you know, $470. They cost a little bit more than some other brands, but I'd say it's worth it. I've tried their stuff, and they are amazing. Amazing guitars. So let's take a look at They're Wolf brand guitars, which is the one I bought was a Wolf WLP, but you can see they have different styles. Starts out with the left-handers, also pushing up around $500. Very similar to the AIO. And yeah, that one looks pretty cool. That's their left-handed one, but they've $800 for that. I've seen the right-handed version with the abalone. That's really neat. You can see they have all sorts of different styles, and you kind of have to check back occasionally to see what they have. Sometimes they come out with new ones, new finishes. That's the one I bought, the white one. It's out of stock now. I absolutely love the guitar. You can see they have all kinds of different styles, and there's the right-hand abalone, out of stock. Okay. But you can see a bunch of them are out of stock, but they update their site on a pretty regular basis. So it's worth going, checking it on a regular basis. Every now and then, just take a look, see what they have. I can't say enough good about AIO and Wolf guitars. But we're going to check out the next one, Donner. Now you can see they got a whole list of stuff on here. Keyboards and pianos, drums and percussion, guitars, guitar pedals, audio, stringed instruments, wind instruments, all kinds of stuff. We're going to check out their electric guitars, right? I've heard good things about Donner. They've really been advertising a lot lately. Just because they're advertising doesn't mean they're good, but I've heard good things. You can see $200, $170, $160. So this is $200 and down for Donner guitars. And they look pretty decent. Let's see what else they have. It says acoustic guitars. What kind of acoustics we got here? What prices we looking at? Well, $100, $160, $170. Those are pretty good deals, and they look like they would be pretty decent beginner guitars. Donner seems to make pretty decent stuff. With that said, it is kind of cheap guitars. It's not high-end stuff. I mean, honestly, you're going to get better quality from Harley Benton or from Xaviere, Hardluck Kings, any of that kind of stuff. Especially Wolf AIO. You're going to get better quality, but you're going to pay more. So Donner's pretty good, though. If you want to spend $100, that's a good place to go. Let's go to the next one, Lary. Oh, man, I'm still getting those stupid things on there. All right, so honey won't go away. They want to tell me all about stuff. We'll just work around them. Okay, there. You can see Lary has guitars, strings, drums and percussion, keyboards, all kinds of stuff. I bought one of their guitars, right? $100 roughly, and they had free shipping at the time. I don't know if they still do. Yeah, U.S. free shipping. I bought their Burning Fire guitar. You can see like $190, $140. Pretty decent prices. Their Burning Fire Style 2, that's an upgraded, like newer version of the one I got, is $150. So the price of that is a little bit more. There's the one I got, $109, $109.99, so $110. It's about $10 more than when I bought it. But yeah, I bought this one. Really good guitar for $100. I'm not going to say it's like, ooh, it's the best guitar I own, but no. For $100, it's a really good guitar. A little bit of setup on it, and it's solidly good. And it sounds decent. It plays decent. For $100, you can't go wrong with something like that. One that I was looking at, this one right here, also $100. There we go, with the zebra stripe. I don't know if that's everybody's taste, but obviously not, but I think it looks cool. I was thinking of getting that just for the looks, and maybe change some stuff out, put a better neck on it, better pickups, that kind of thing, but I love the look. So I was considering it. So anyway, we will move on. Here's a site not a lot of people have heard of. Rondo Music. Now, they obviously have a lot of stuff. Electric guitars, acoustic guitars, bass guitars, banjos and ukes, drums, violins. You can see like a lot of sites, they sell a lot of stuff. So we'll take a look at their electric guitars. What interested me, they have a couple brands. Their SX brand, you can see their standard Stratocaster type guitars are like $170. I was kind of interested in these SX Liquid guitars, $200. I like the look of it with the P90s and all. I'd like to try one of those out. But what really caught my attention with this, you can see they have a lot of different styles. Their prices, range around there a bit. They have left-handed guitars. What hooked me up, or really made me interested in this particular site, was their Agile brand. Right, that's the other brand they have on here. You can see the price goes up, $570, $560, and they have these really extreme-looking guitars. That's an 8-string, left-handed guitar there. They have, 10-string fan fret. That's just nuts. That's a crazy-looking thing. $900 for that, though. So the prices go up, but I still include it as budget because of what you're getting. These are like extreme guitars that normally would be incredibly expensive. They have everything up to like 10-string headless fan fret guitars. Real extreme kind of stuff there. They have 7-string, 8, 9, and 10-string guitars on here. And the prices, some of them get up around $1,000. But for what you're getting, I'd say it's still a pretty good deal. Now, with that said, we know we're all about the budget guitars. Let's get out of there and see what they have as far as acoustics. Worth checking that out. Let's see what they got. They got ukuleles. Yeah, they start with those cheap ukes for like $20, right? Some of their stuff looks kind of interesting. They have an Agile. Agile also makes acoustics. They have their Renaissance Classical 7-string fan fret acoustic guitar. Now that's like $660. So that's a little pricey. It looks like the 8-string left-handed version's a little bit less. But still kind of pricey. But that's also pretty cool. You don't see that a lot. Really kind of specialty stuff. So that's what Rondo has to offer. Let's go over to another really popular site. That's Monoprice. You can see that they don't just sell instruments. They sell all kinds of stuff. You bring up their shop. There's a whole list of things. But we're going to go down to Pro Audio and Musical Instruments and take a look at their electric guitars. And you can see they sell a lot of stuff. They sell pro audio equipment. They sell like speakers and cables and just a little bit of everything. But here they have free shipping. That's nice to know. Their Indio line, from what I've been told, has gotten better from what it was. It was always like budget priced, but decent-ish. And from what I've been told, it's improved from that. So we have, let's see, it's starting at $130, there's $180, $230, depending on which one you're getting, right? Different price ranges depending on the guitar. I've heard good things about them. Let's take a look at this. They're, what's it called? They're 66 Classic. Yeah, Les Paul style guitar, $150. That's really a pretty cool looking finish. Looks like it's a string through, like the strings go through the body there. That's really kind of cool looking. I like the headstock design. That's kind of neat looking. So anyway, that's what they have to offer in electric guitars. And let's go back down to their shop. Musical Instruments, and I'm kind of curious. I haven't looked in a while what acoustic guitars they have on here now. All right, so obviously they have their ukuleles like everyone does. Everybody does their ukuleles. 3/4 size classical. I like those little 3/4 size guitars. Those can be a lot of fun just because you can make a lot of reaches on them. It's easier to play in a lot of ways. It's fun to mess around with anyway. But you can see their prices range, upwards of $210, $230, all the way down to like $100. They're pretty decent looking guitars, though. I've heard good things about Monoprice. Now, all right, so that's a bunch of the sites that I personally kind of keep up with. Keep an eye on, see what they're selling. And when you're looking on there, especially on sites like Thomann or Guitar Fetish, it's good to really browse around because they have so many different things, right? The Harley Benton line especially, there's so much on there. They offer a little bit of everything at a little bit of every price point. So it's good to browse around and just see what they have, right? So hey, that's my list. That's where you can get some budget guitars. Check out some of their sites on there and subscribe to my channel and watch some of my videos. And I have a playlist called Reviews. If you're interested in seeing some of the some reviews on some of the brands that I've shown here, I've reviewed a good number of them. And for the most part, I've found all of these companies to be fairly reputable. Anywhere from fairly reputable to incredible, to be honest with you. And they all make really good stuff at their various price points, you know? Obviously, a guitar like a Wolf that I spent like $500 on is going to be better quality than my Firefly that I spent $200 on. But I'm spending more money, you know? That's just the way it is. So, hey, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys, all right? Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.